Welcome back to the Crypto Gorilla YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some Ethereum NFT. Oh, just a second. Hello? Oh, we're all supposed to be talking about Solana NFTs. No, I wasn't going to do an Ethereum video. Are you kidding? Okay, the tagline, Solana Summer. Got it, boss. I won't let you down. Suh, dudes. Are you ready for a Solana Summer? Solana has been getting a lot of attention lately. It's pretty much all I see in my Twitter feed. There's a battle going on between ETH maxis and Sol maxis. We have the okay bears versus the not okay bears. We have a bunch of people talking about influencers shilling Sol into existence. So here's my opinion on everything. Now, I'm not a fan of Solana. I covered it like 5 months ago when I was doing Ethereum, Solana, and Cardano NFTs. I pretty much did Cardano more than Solana because the formula for Cardano was cute plus Cardano equals money. Now, once I realized that the real money is on Ethereum, I pretty much dropped both Solana and Cardano. But I'm not a ETH maxi, I'm not a Sol maxi, I am a profit maxi. If there's more money to be made on Solana than there is on Ethereum, that's where I'm gonna go. And yes, it is true that if all of us talk about it, if all of you talk about it, we are going to meme Solana Summer into existence. Now, to be clear, I have not gone and bought any Solana NFTs except for the ones that I owned from 5 or 6 months ago. Of course, there are collections that I have been looking at. I debated getting into okay bears, but I can't seem to convince myself to spend, at the time, now it's gone down a little bit, but 7 Ethereum on a Solana NFT. Another one that I've been looking at is DeGods. And by far my favorite, the one I'm actually considering buying, is going to be Kets on Krek. I really love the vibe for this one. If you check out their website, I really dig it. This is something that I relate to. They seem to have airdropped this milk. I guess it's gonna work like the serum for Bored Apes and mutants, although we have no idea what this does. You can see here, you could either drink it or not drink it. They do have staking, and there is quite a large number of their total supply that is staked. And they have the black market where they have raffles, and soon they're gonna have auctions. Now, I definitely have mixed opinions about this because, at least for me, Solana is really known for rugs. Granted, there are a ton of rugs on Ethereum. There's a ton of, scams and people drain your wallets, but I hear those stories way more on Solana. And if Ethereum is wild, Solana is the wild, wild west. Yippee yo, yippee yay. Now, while I was doing my research on these projects, I did feel like I was in the early days of Ethereum. A lot of it really just is about the arts and the vibes. I guess the difference here, while there's really good projects, and there's some I don't mind investing in, I'm going back to my ways of being a hyper flipper. I'm going to aggressively take profits, not only selling NFTs, but I'm going to take my profits out of Solana because I personally do not want to be holding a lot of Solana. Now, I could be totally wrong and it could moon. I'm not completely sold on this whole Solana Summer narrative. I do think it is going to end very quickly. I'm not saying Solana NFTs are not going to do well, but the narrative of Solana Summer, I don't think is going to last all summer. So today we're going to be talking about upcoming Solana projects. If you like this kind of content, would you kindly give this video a big thumbs up? It's absolutely free and it really helps my channel reach a wider audience. Now, if you don't know too much about Solana NFTs, yes, you can be buying them on OpenSea, but I would definitely recommend going on Magic Eden when it's actually working. For the past 3 days, it has been down pretty bad, worse than OpenSea, but when it works, it is a good place to buy NFTs. Now, although the prices are even now for okay bears, for a few days, if you were just trying to buy the floor, you could spend 20 Solana less on Magic Eden. If we look right now, there are 3 NFTs that are under 245. If you look on OpenSea, the floor for okay bears goes up relatively quickly. In only 4 sales, you're already at 250 Sol. But if we go to Magic Eden, you can see 217, 220. There are a ton of NFTs under 250. So don't just buy on OpenSea, definitely get a Phantom wallet, go to Magic Eden and check multiple marketplaces. As for tools, I just started using this one, but it's basically NFT Nerds. If you look up here, it's by NFT Nerds. This is called NFT Soloist. And if you're used to Nerds, this is exactly the same interface. Now, as I said, there's a ton of rugs on Solana. It's very important that you do your own research. You don't just see me talking about a project and go and buy it. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say in this video is financial advice, and always do your own research. Now, most of these projects, I'm not going to go into crazy detail because there really isn't that much available. I'm just going to be looking at the hype. So how much engagement they're getting, how much followers they have. I'm going to be looking at the art, and I'm going to be looking at who they are working with. Now, a couple things I have noticed while researching these Solana projects, a lot of them blow up insane numbers. They have crazy engagement, and they for some reason do giveaways with a ton of other projects all in one. So it's normal to see 4 Solana projects being given away in one whitelist giveaway. So the first project that's on my list for Solana, and by far the most hyped, if you look here, 361,000 followers, is going to be Trippin Ape Tribe. Now, if we look at the engagement for this project, they are almost at 100,000 retweets for their giveaway. I do think this one is the most hyped. So if you can get whitelist for only one, while this one is difficult to get, this is the one I would prioritize. So looking at the art, it does look like Bored Apes, right? But a psychedelic version of them. I do dig the art they're putting up. A lot of the projects in today's video are going to mostly be based on their art, and they're all putting up really good art. But they do have a ton of animated apes that they're showing. I'm not sure if the NFTs themselves are going to be animated. Maybe this is a legendary one, but it is very trippy. It's very psychedelic, and they're really playing on this. It's not a cult, even though it kind of does seem like a cult. So like I said, there's a ton of rugs on Solana, ETH too, but you know, Solana is the wild, wild west. But one thing that does give me confidence is that this project, as well as a few others we're going to talk about today, is working with the Hydra Launchpad. If you don't know what the Hydra Launchpad is, they've worked with a bunch of collections. The most notable ones recently have been Reptilian Renegades, which went all the way up to 40 Solana on, I believe, the night that they launched. And they also helped launch Kets on Krek. So looking at their form, it does seem like they ask for a lot of information. They are asking if you're doxed, who you worked with to dox. So I assume if you have not worked with anyone, they are going to force you to dox to them before working with you. So this definitely does give me some confidence, on top of the fact that they've worked with some very successful projects. So top of the list today is going to be Trippin Ape Tribe. Another project that I'm collaborating with is going to be Jikan Studios. I'm currently running a giveaway on my Gorilla Labs account on Twitter. So if you want to win whitelist for this, do check out my Twitter. Now, like the project we just saw, this one is also going to be apes. However, it is a very different style. The color palette is very different as well. And this is what I'm talking about when I said projects are doing giveaways with multiple Sol projects. I don't know if they're just sticking together because they're all on Solana, or if they're working with the same collab managers or something, but it seems like, see right here, a lot of these projects are doing this where, hey, you could win whitelist for multiple projects. But anyways, this project, although I love the art, there's no website. There currently is no roadmap. They do show this image in the place of the roadmap in their Discord. And if we just follow the bridge, you can clearly see the village is sort of evolving through time, kind of showing the progress of the project, but we have no idea what the project is going to be about. Now, the team, as well as a member from Hydra, was actually on the podcast Nifty Alpha, which is one of my favorite to listen to. I listen to them every single day. So I did get to hear the team talk, but again, even there, we didn't hear that much about the project. So I do believe this is one that can perform well. The only info I do have is that they will be launching, or they're aiming to launch sometime in the end of May, roughly the 26th to the 29th. Now, funny enough, there is another project that kind of has a similar color palette, not that much, but you know, you see what I'm saying, is going to be Vandal City. And the only difference here, other than the positioning of the person, is that this one is a person and the previous one is an ape. Same thing, this one, I have no idea what it's about. You could see that's kind of a repeating theme when it comes to these Solana projects. However, they are working with Celestial Labs. So this is another project that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Now, the next project, which is also going to be working with Hydra, this one is only going to be launching in June, is going to be Shrouded Playground. If we take a look at their art, it's much darker, much somber than all the other projects we've looked at. If we look at their banner here, this one actually does remind me of Third Eye Club on Ethereum, and on the left here, this kind of looks like the Watchmen logo, but you know, same thing as all these other projects. I don't know much. The reason I'm keeping an eye on this one is due to that relationship with Hydra Launchpad. Next, we got Oak Paradise. I have seen a few other influencers talking about this one, and this one is really the art that is going to stand out because they don't even have a Discord yet, so there is no information we can give. They are getting a decent amount of engagement, nothing like we've seen with Trippin Ape Tribe. but they have grown relatively quickly. They are already almost at 200,000 followers. Next, we have Great Goats. As you can see, this is very different from the projects we've looked at today. This reminds me more of the traditional animal PFPs that we're all used to, but I do like a lot of their marketing. They are making a lot of these different illustrations here. They kind of do seem to have a bored ape. Now, I am in talks with the team, so I will try to find out a lot more about this project. For the time being, it, like all the other ones, is just going to be hype as well as art. Finally, we have Just Ape, and this one actually does remind me of the art style that we have recently seen pop off on Ethereum. They do have a website, but it's very bare bones. It just says ape, which is very fitting for their name, Just Ape. But this is another project that I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on. That's it for today's video. I know most of these projects, there's no information, and I'm kind of just showing you followers, engagement, and art, but honestly, that's all a lot of these take. So I am trying to get in talks with some of these teams to figure a lot more out about these projects, what their long-term vision is, but a lot of their DMs are closed and it is very difficult to get in contact with the team members. However, I will do my best to vet them and figure out if these projects are legit, if they're just going to be pump and dumps. But like I said, at least the ones that are partnering with Hydra, that does give me a bigger vote of confidence for those ones because they do have that proven track record. If you enjoyed this video and you want more Solana content, give this video a big thumbs up. If you want more Ethereum content, click the thumbs up button 3 times. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Far out, dude.